Welcome in. Fat Mantis is bringing it to you Unabomber style. Of course, I'm talking about the way I look and the way I'm dressed and how unkept I am, and not in terms of being a psycho. I'm really just bringing you the news of what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment things. There's nothing to review, so I'm just going to give it to you straight. Welcome in. Before we go any further, I'd love it if you subscribe to this channel, you like this video, and probably left a comment for me. But I want to talk about all the news coming out of DCEU, or whatever they're calling it these days, and everything going on with James Gunn and Wonder Woman 3. So I believe it was the Hollywood Reporter who 2 nights ago put out an article talking about how Wonder Woman 3 is canceled. And then what proceeded was every YouTuber, supposed scooper, whatever that is, just started to go hog wild in wild speculations. You saw things on Twitter trending like Jason Momoa will be Lobo, or, the cancellation of all things DC. Gal Gadot is homeless and begging on the streets. It just became a wild card of just bad reporting, bad actors, particularly on the YouTube front. I've got like 5 or 6 YouTubers that I subscribe to, and I know in this game everyone's thirsty for headlines. People are going for it. But that's just not how I do it. That's not how the Fat Mantis does it, and that's not how I'm going to do it going forward. And so it was clear that only a limited amount of information was coming out of the article. They said, straight up, Wonder Woman 3 cannot move forward in its current incarnation. Now, that could mean anything. That could literally mean anything. You guys saw me talk about this on my live stream that I do with fellow creator, the Hold Up TV. It's called Fanboy Modeling School. Please check us out. We usually do that Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. But the point is that just because the current incarnation is not good does not mean they're not going to produce other good things. And so this could mean we're getting another director. This could mean we're getting another writer. This could mean all sorts of things. It could mean that our next movie isn't called Wonder Woman 3. It could be some sort of mix-up or team-up or something. And ultimately, that's what it seems to be. Now, James Gunn released a statement via Twitter. That's how people release statements nowadays, because the press is so unreliable. And what he said is, some of these things are true. Some of these things are not true. Some of these things are half true, and some of these things we have not even decided on yet. And so that's what I'm saying. The wild speculation, it's just tearing up the whole scene. It's making everything go. Now, there's particularly one YouTuber that I do not care for very much. I used to be a big fan of hers. But she comes from the most vile, horrible place. She pretends to be very professional, but when you see her videos, she's clearly emotionally controlled and messed up. She acts like a jaded ex-girlfriend when she talks about these properties, and she very much has a narrative. She has a goal to destroy the DCEU and whatever. And I don't know what it is. I think she's just like an emotional wreck as a person and needs a lot of therapy. And which is why it's coming out like that. But ultimately, it has now been revealed that James Gunn didn't cancel it. No, he did not cancel it. What had happened is Patty Jenkins left a treatment out. Treatment is a summation of character arcs and the story that she's writing in the script. I don't even think the script was finished. Maybe it was finished. Maybe there was a draft of it. But whatever the company saw of it, they didn't care for it. And they started making notes and they sent her back notes. Now, you know what it is to be an artiste. I think a lot of us are artistes or failed artists on YouTube. And, you don't like being told what to do or what to do with your art. But, coming off of Wonder Woman 1984, I'd say it's very important that she gets notes. Out of everyone out there making movies right now, I think Patty Jenkins, love this woman. I adore her. She needs notes. If this homage to Superman called Wonder Woman 1984 was her idea of like what the people want. She's out of it and she needs to be reined in, and people need to watch all of her moves. It's like when you actually, I'm not going to use that analogy. I was about to say one that was just totally you would not have sailed well in the current climate. And so she walked off the project. She was like, none of this, none of this. Now here's what's happening. This is working, and I wonder if James Gunn did this on purpose. Maybe he doesn't want her directing. And honestly, you can't fire someone without cause. So is it possible that he did this on purpose? He gave her notes that made her sensitive and made her flip out. And she walked off, which means that what's happening? They are saving $12 million, which would have been Patty Jenkins's paycheck. They could now hire someone else who knows more about the pulse of superhero content, what nerds are looking for, right? And then and they get to save some money in the process, and we get a Wonder Woman 3, which is more of something that we were looking forward to. And so I'm hyped up. I actually can't wait, and I'm glad for this. And you know what? This is probably smashing a lot of their crazy talk. I'm so glad that this evil YouTuber X has been foiled. Her evil, wicked ways have been foiled this week. Although she's like one of those people who will never admit that she's wrong. Even when she's wrong, she will somehow try to spin it that she is the most right. She's one of those people who, when you see a small crowd, will say, my inauguration was the most attended inauguration in the history of inaugurations, if you catch my meaning. And so what it is the DCEU is yet to be smashed. Neither is the Snyderverse. And when I mean Snyderverse, I mean those actors, and the narrative so far has not smashed just yet. Now I want you to think about this. Honestly, it's true. The DCEU probably needs a hard reboot. Absolutely. It probably does need one, although I don't want one. I want more Snyder shenanigans. Not Zack Snyder, but the story he laid down so far. But in order to do a hard reboot, that would mean James Gunn would have to be destroying all the things he already has created. The Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad, his future endeavors of making movies with Margot Robbie. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. I think it's unlikely he's going to do that. Also, think how many fans are going to be alienated when you get rid of Henry Cavill. Unfortunately, Henry Cavill, what he did with press when he said, I'm back as Superman, he has made it that if they fire him without giving him at least one more movie, without one more attempt to hit up the audience, you're going to have riots on your hands. And so ultimately, the Fat Mantis is happy about this, but the real question is, what do you think about it? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis, because I'm going to give it to you real. I'm not going to be one of these clickbaiters that are like, it's over. It's, somebody put up a thing. James Gunn said it's all true. He didn't say it was all true. That is not at all what he said, but clickbaiters will put that in their titles. And, we don't need any of these bad actors on the YouTube scene, man. We need more people like me. That's right. I'm going to toot my own horn right now, telling it how it is. So anyway, until next time, catch you later. Ciao for now.